Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 35 of the Realm Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined once again this week from FlyGuy.net. FlyGuy.
Hello. And
Hello.
we've just done a podcast. We were on a podcast. We live permanently in Hangout, people. We don't go anywhere. We're here 24 hours a day. That's what it feels like.
Yep.
Anyhow.
So this week, or this, I guess not this week, since we just had a show on Wednesday, but this show is going to wrap up a little bit of the things that we've learned since New York Comic Con. There's still one day left, but we did get some additional developments and whatnot through the Q&As that have been posted so far, and also some other stuff that we're going to cover that we normally would on our typical show. So the Wednesday show is more just of a focus on what Hasbro revealed to the world that day at their advance party. So this is a regular long form show this week. So with that, we will start with the New York Comic Con recap. Basically, what I think Jedi Temple Archives and Imperial Shipyards had posted some of their Q&A responses from Hasbro's team. A lot of good answers and confirmations in both of those.
I haven't read Paul's here at Jedi Temple Archives yet, but I read Tamer's and Imperial Shipyards today, which was excellent. It was really good. So I'm sure this is the same. But have you read this yet? Have you had a chance?
Yeah, there was we can link to that first one there that you're looking at now. Yeah, I've read this one. I don't think I've read the full one that he posted yesterday, but
yep.
But there's some decent developments in here.
Well, the only one I picked, again, I've not read Jedi Temple Archives. We're sharing that just on the screen right now if you're watching the video version. But the one thing I picked up from the Imperial Shipyards version was how warm they were to the possibility of a Snowtrooper, and also to a X-Wing in the Black Series 6-inch scale, which I was like, what? Oh. But they basically were saying it wouldn't be too far off the existing kind of Hero or the Titan size. Right. That was interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, a Snowtrooper was probably in the works anyway, I'm sure, because it's a solid figure. But just nice to get that confirmation. That's another major seller that's going to be. So interesting figure. But
I can see a deluxe sort of release with that one as well, with the Kanan.
Good point. That would be good. Yeah.
A couple other things that popped up in there, and this is from the Jedi Temple Archives Q&A, that there's at the moment there are no planned single-carded releases for Hera and Sabine, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, you can only get them in that 2-pack, even though they come with Stormtroopers, which no one's going to turn down those, I don't think. But still, just not offering 2 main characters as individual carded releases seems kind of a poor choice, I would say.
That's a shame Sabine's helmet isn't removable either. So
yeah, I think you and I had talked about that on one show prior.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Because if you look at the back of her helmet, you could kind of see some hair sticking out the back, and there was some question as to whether or not the helmet was removable. That's just the hair is sculpted as part of the actual head and helmet as one piece. So yeah, I mean, that seems like an odd move too. Like, why not give the option?
I know. I mean, this question was an interesting one here as well, Paul. I'm just reading just now that there was no fabled vintage collection figures in Hasbro's warehouse. That's not quite accurately true. There was lots of vintage collection figures, and there probably may be some from the Phantom Menace, but yeah, there's no
right
hidden piles of them, which is a shame. But yeah, a lot of people. You said this as well about the Jawas. A lot of people thought the 3 3/4 Jawas were too big, but to me they just look exactly like repacks of before. But I don't know.
Yeah. So. Let's see what else with that. There's a question asked regarding the C-3PO that's been out there forever. That's it seems like for the 6-inch Black Series. That has been kind of pushed back or delayed due to trying to get the paint right. I think there was in the Q&A there was talk of it being vac metalized, and they were hoping to do that, but I think that isn't going to be the case, and they're working on just it being gold paint. I hope it's a better gold paint than what they used on the vintage collection figure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as long as the size is right, I don't care, quite frankly. But,
Right.
I thought at one point they were really heavily pushing that it would be vac metalized, but
Right.
yeah, I guess it was going to be hard. So
Yeah, and again, that's kind of odd because they've had articulated vac metalized figures for C-3PO in prior, collections. Like the Saga collection had one, that came with the Ewok throne.
but I mean, that had a lot of limitations on where you could place articulation. If I remember right, the arms were not articulated, if I remember right.
Yeah.
The knees were, which
Right.
exposed a different kind of plastic. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it did look good, but it did have limitations, and I think they want to make sure they're articulated. So
Yeah. Because any place you're having articulation with vac
Good
metalized, you're going to get some of the flaking happening, and the internet will not rest if that happens.
trolls will be out with pitchforks. Absolutely, that would just be chaos. So, no, I'd rather have the gold paint. So,
Yeah. Let's see. So we're not going to break down every single question that either of those sites had asked and answered, but do visit them and get some nice. From what I understand, this has been a better interaction with Hasbro's brand group regarding Q&As. They were able to be a little bit more forthcoming with some answers, and obviously a lot of the sites stayed away from, oh, are you making this for episode 7? And they rightfully so. They're not going to answer episode 7 questions now. I mean, I think they're still trying to get everything figured out with that. So do check those sites out and enjoy those answers.
It's good to get them. Definitely good to get them.
Yes. Earlier this week, you had released or shared some images that we hadn't seen before of the Black Series TIE Fighter pilot.
That's right, yeah. This was DorksideToys just posted one on their Facebook page, and this was just nice to see an unbranded, clear image of the TIE Fighter pilot. Just trying to share that just now. And just one thing that was nice was the little details. I don't know whether we can see it properly on the screen here, but the little details on his kind of comm-like panel on his arm just looked really good, as well as the paint. I mean, that's all whether it's going to be good paint apps or not, but considering there's not a lot of paint on the figure, you'd hope they at least pay attention to the details. But great little buttons and switches looking good. And just as you and I had shared on a couple of shows ago, the black background that the Asian vendor had put on was just like, are you kidding me? So nice to finally see this thing, and there's high-res links there where you can download, and it's just nice to finally zoom in and see it. And it looks a great figure, very simple, but cannot wait to get this guy. So and some other stuff we'd seen.
Yeah,
so.
the black for that figure, it hides all the joints really well. The knees and the swivel thighs. It just looks like it's going to be a decent figure.
It is, and a working holster. Yeah, it's
worthy of multiple purchases.
Definitely. So yeah, that was that.
Let's see.
And also on the same subject, I think.
Yes. Pre-order. We had talked about this last week. Pre-orders for. Maybe it was the show before. Pre-orders for the 6-inch Wave 6 go live on DorksideToys on October 14th. So that's just a couple days. And that's for the Yoda, Clone Trooper Sergeant. Who else? Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan and Yoda.
And Yoda, yeah.
And Yoda, so yeah, kind of cool pack. So yes, that was the Hasbro official release date when we've got to keep that back until. But yeah, if you want to pick up a pack of 4, $79.99 with free shipping in the US. So
good deal. Let's see. We had talked about this again a couple shows ago, but one of our Facebook followers, Brian Klein, he picked up those 3 Rebels vehicles for $749 a piece. It was like a crazy, ridiculous, weird fluke that happened at his particular store. He sent in another photo, and now they're even marking the shelves with that price for that assortment of vehicles. So it's not just the Rebels vehicles.
Wow.
it's all of, granted it's Jedi starfighters and miniature Boba Fett slave ones, but still $748 for that assortment of figures at his particular store. So
that's pretty good. Target have a bit of a history of doing this. I can recall even being in Australia when they accidentally marked the Black Series 6-inch at $15.99, which is normally in Australia $35.99.
oh yeah,
So there was a kind of mass panic in Target. So yeah, well done, Target.
Speaking of crazy markdowns, a lot of my local Minnesota collectors and I know this story really well. There's a local Target store here during the run of the 30th anniversary collection, and they had all of their Saga Legends figures, which I think they were $5.99 at the time. They were all like $1.75 or some, below $2. And we would go in and we would clear out that store every single day with, Stormtroopers and Ewoks and just a ton of that whole Saga Legends line, and even some of the regular 30th anniversary figures. And then that we called it the Knollwood sale, I think was the particular store that had it. And man, I probably still have a box over here in the corner that's just full of Saga Legends figures. Those are the figures that came with the coin, and they were really decent figures. But man, for under $2,
that's crazy.
We totally splurged, and
when you
clear out that store.
Yeah, I mean it's plastic. It's got to be mined from the earth literally to make plastic, and then printing and paper, and people making it and shipped all around the world, and you buy it for $2. That's insane. Incredible. Yeah. Lucky times.
So, and then another related 6-inch article was that DisneyStore this weekend is having a Disney Star Wars Rebels event, and I think I don't know if this is all stores, but our friends from the Wolfpack podcast, one of their guys went to that event today, and they had all of their 6-inch figures marked down to $749 each. So that's a great deal on those figures. That's about a third of what they cost normally there. Granted, it's probably all Greedos and Slave Leias, but if you need those figures, or if you heard another story earlier on the podcast that we were on tonight, is someone picked up 12 Stormtroopers for that price at one of their Disney stores. So
these are one of these, I think, pretty rare stories that I always used to hear about in the other side of the world, that someone would get this and you'd think, damn it, everyone in the US is able to get it. No, they're not. They're not. So it's...
Yeah, don't think I didn't think of taking my two daughters to Disney Store today to see if I could find that deal, but I didn't do it. I was good and avoided the temptation of wasting, a half a tank of gas to get to my local Disney store. But anyway, so that kind of wraps up the Hasbro-related news so far for the week. Sideshow and Hot Toys, we saw this, I think both of us did, on our respective Facebook pages. Sithfire 30 shared a link or an image of a shot of what looks to be 6th scale Stormtroopers coming from Hot Toys. And this is in fact the case, as Hot Toys collector Facebook page shared multiple images of this set. We'll share that in the in here in just a second. But yeah, these are all new Hot Toys yet to be announced.
Nope.
And there's there's also speculation that there will be a Han and Luke version of the Stormtrooper, just based on the size difference between the two of these standing next to one another. It's more evident in a couple other shots, but
I think you're right, because again, one other giveaway is the blasters. Luke carried the longer blaster and Han carried... Oh no, other way around. And the mouse droid... Why would you pack a mouse droid normally with a Stormtrooper? So... Yep, it looks likely that's a Han and Luke version, but that would be awesome. That would be
I like
awesome.
those bases and the the multiple hands and blasters you get. So
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't actually say anything on the plaques, and there is that. That's that. We were just talking about this in the Wolfpack podcast. If you want to check them out as well, but that other blaster, so it comes with 3 different blasters. That little short one there as well, which we talked about with the Bandai model figures. I think it was last week. So yeah.
yep. So that'll be a very popular release from Hot Toys. I assume that'll be announced very soon. Usually, when images like that hit the web within the week, they officially announce it, and then the week after they go out for pre-order on Sideshow's website.
Yep.
Let's see what else. Sideshow also, we had talked about this prior. The Boba Fett went up for pre-order on Thursday for $439.99. Kind of a steep price, but it's a quality and well put together set with real fabric and detailing. It looks just really nice. And then there's also an exclusive that you could get as well. And the non-exclusive includes the includes the Empire Strikes Back rifle as well as the pistol that fits in his holster. The exclusive version includes the Return of the Jedi rifle as well as the other 2 weapons.
No, there was a difference.
Yeah.
What? So, okay.
The exclusive is the same price as the regular edition, so the exclusive is only available through Sideshow. It's not going to be available through other distributors. So
that's a beautiful piece. It's
very cool.
Great pose, nice little stand that he comes on, but yeah, that's that packs a punch. Is there any pictures of the exclusive rifle? I've maybe not linked to them here. I've not seen them. Is it just?
Yeah, there's within the gallery of images. You'll see it.
Okay. 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 Well, it's up there anyway. Somebody
yes,
can find
for sure.
It, cool. Good-looking figure. So, yeah, tempted, but no.
Yeah.
Can't afford that one.
Let's see. Other toy news. Lego had posted or released high-res images of their 2015 sets coming. Lots of
there's a lot of them. Yeah, there was. I had a conversation with Lego this week actually just to confirm a little bit more information, and they said, well, actually, you shouldn't have them, and please try not to post them because these were late. So, so they weren't too happy about a lot of sites posting it. But what are you going to do? Half the internet's got them. So, but let's take a look at these. And you like the microfighters as well as I did, I think. So
I love them.
Very, very cool. I'm not a huge prequel trilogy guy, so I'm quite glad to skip on stuff like the battle droids. But I love that little Snowtrooper. Looks very good, and the AT-AT, isn't that cute? That's just so cute. I don't often like to say the word cute because I don't really find all things all that cute, but that is cute. And a little Republic gunship, spider droid. This was a classic, I thought, really just bringing back that Rebels troop transport. That's great. That is great. Lots of shadow stuff going on again, although these are kind of grey shadow instead of the black versions before. A little T-16 Skyhopper with a Womp Rat.
Womp Rat and a Skyhopper pilot, which is kind of cool. I don't think we've ever received anything like that before from any brand.
That's right. And a brand new molded helmet for the Tusken Raiders. Rather than get the printed cylindrical head, this is a brand new design for them, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, there's quite a few sets there, and some other Rebel stuff. The TIE Advanced prototype with the Inquisitor, which again they look pretty good. I've not actually loaded a picture there for some reason, but yeah, there's plenty of them. So that's the highlights. So yeah, there's some other Inquisitors and other figures in there, but yeah, check out the gallery and you can see them all.
Excellent, and we'll have a link to that as well in our show notes so people could check those out. I think those are posted on your Google Plus page.
Yep.
Let's see. Hallmark had they had a presentation or booth set up at New York Comic Con, and they posted some new or they were showing off some of those itty bitties. They're like the little stuffed characters, and they showed there's like a Hoth collection that's out there, and then there are also a Stormtrooper, Yoda, and Chewbacca.
Very cool. Nice design on them. Very Katie, I can't remember her surname.
Mm-hmm.
The Star Wars artist who does very cute looking little Star Wars drawings, but
Katie Cook.
oh, nice. Katie Cook, thank you. That's the very person I was looking for. But
yeah, I haven't picked up any of these yet. I think there are what? I think there are 6 or 7 out now. A couple of them were exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con. Otherwise, you can get a 4-pack currently at Hallmark, along with 2 loose individuals right now. But yeah, I'll be getting the Yoda one for sure. That's the only one I need, really. I was gonna dive in on these, but I'm sticking with my plan on buying these aren't crap. My plan is to buy less crap. I don't think these are crap. It's just I'm being more conscious of what I'm wasting my money on. So.
Well, it's storage space as well. At the end of the
True.
day, you gotta make space for these things. So
Let's see. Celebration Anaheim. If you're a current badge holder, if you've pre-ordered for the show, you can you have the option to purchase exclusive merchandise right now for the event. There was a Luke pin or a badge, depending on where you're from, that's already been released. I think that was available for purchase at San Diego Comic-Con. If you were to, because you could buy tickets for Celebration at San Diego Comic-Con. But now there are 2 new pins available for badge holders, the Tusken Raider and Greedo.
Looking cool. It's going to be quite hard to collect all this set, I think. It's just, as we said before, I don't want to go there because, gonna be hard.
Yeah. And again, these designs were developed by Christopher Lee, not that Christopher Lee, but artist Christopher Lee, who had done that great vintage style poster using the design shown here. So I'm looking forward to seeing. I hope they make Yakface available to everyone, not just badge holders or whatnot. So.
Well, there's a call out to anyone who's going. We're going as well, but if someone gets a Boba Fett and a Yakface, please hook us up. We'll pay you for them. So there you go.
The next bit starts a series of custom articles we have here. I saw this on the Replica Prop Forum, I believe. This is a talented customizer that had built his own Episode 7 Stormtrooper helmet, fabricated it out of metal.
It's phenomenal.
It's pretty cool. I think it's like a 20-minute video. Maybe it's longer. I can't recall.
11 minutes long. So
11 minutes.
Are you able to see? Am I sharing that with you? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep. Good. Yeah. My God, he's done this out of metal. I mean, this is just. Some people have super talents. They really do. He's bashing the crap out of this thing as well. So.
Yep. He's forming the contours of the helmet and using a metal stretcher to get it all into shape, and that's called an English wheel.
It's just what an amount of work to go in to do this.
Yeah.
This isn't like something you just do in an afternoon. This is serious amounts of work, and he's obviously got the kit and the material there for it. But,
he's got all access to the tools and whatnot required. A couple people posted on Facebook, kind of, I would hope, sarcastically, is like, oh, what if the design is different when the movie comes out? Isn't he going to be upset? I'm like, I don't think that was the point, but it's just, and like someone said, why not make it out of plastic or fiberglass or something like that? It's like, my response was, you design in the medium that and this guy is obviously proficient in metalwork.
Sure.
He might not know how to do it in fiberglass or a
Yeah.
typical casting type process, and this looked easy for him.
It's
So
it's just insane amount of detail in the welding that he's done on this. Look at this thing.
it's crazy, and it's
You know,
wearable.
I occasionally swap a head in a figure and I think, woohoo, custom time. But no, this is just
Yep. So
very,
again,
very slick.
I shared it on our front page. I thought you did as well. I can't recall, but it'll be in the show notes again as a link. I encourage everyone to watch it and just
Definitely.
be amazed at the skill that it takes to do something like that.
I must admit, I just retweeted your tweet, and
Right.
I remember just looking at the videos, thinking 11 minutes. I thought, must watch, but of course, forgotten to watch. So I'll save that a little later. But yeah, a good wow. Okay, can't stop saying wow. I'll shut up now. Beautiful stuff.
The next one was a something a little more obtainable. Was the 6-inch Black Series throne room? Was a link shared by our friends at Jedi Temple Archives.
This was another stunner.
Yeah, great photography, great lighting effects, great Photoshop work.
Great
and
poses on the figures.
Yes, very much so. And
Just,
obviously a very cool build of the throne room from the Death Star 2.
No, it's a good figure, that look. It's certainly it's surprisingly good. I think it's first glance you just think it's pretty plain and simple, but it's very flexible and posable. And yeah, this is a tall piece as well. I mean, this is 6-inch. That's a foot, 2 foot, 3 foot high.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's pretty big. That's pretty big. But
let's see. The next two here are related. They were done by the same customizer. I stumbled across this initially when he was working on his AT-ST. I think we shared some of that before. I've been in contact with this customizer, Brandon, and he has started a 6-inch scale AT-AT, and he shared a nice gallery of images with me to share with everyone, because he had I think most of these posted on his Facebook page in a particular group, and if you're not a Facebook member or if you're not a member of this group, you couldn't see them. So I said I'd love to host your images for everyone to be able to see. And so this gallery documents his build of his 6-inch scale AT-AT.
I love how he's always getting little 6-inch figures around it, but it's beautifully detailed. It's really well done. Just sharing online some of the pictures from him. I like you, I saw this in the 6-inch collectors group on Facebook and just thought, wow, someone's building a 6-inch scale AT-AT.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It's really well done. I thought it would be a little shonky and people would, be making this thing out of cardboard or something. Nuh-uh. This thing is, it's going to be one of a kind.
Built out of it's built as the models were built, for the original trilogy, kit bash, and just taking what's available, bottles and pens and just gears and whatever junk that you can find, and making a very convincingly accurate replica, and it's very cool. I might have a little bit more info to share on these later, at where you could actually see these in person. We will share that info later as we get the details figured out, so we'll stay tuned with that. And then I did I acquired the full gallery of images for his build of his Scout Walker as well, so you could check that out on Facebook or on Yakface.com. It's probably on the front page right now. Otherwise, it'll be in the show notes.
Yep. Just trying to. There we go. I was at the AT-AT. Oh, okay. My bad. You've got it on the front page. Let me just have a little look.
Oh, I shared the link twice.
That's okay. We'll just go to the no, Disney Last Padawan. Nope, not seeing it there. But have you just posted it, or is it just?
No, it was probably yesterday or the day
before.
Okay, so it might be farther down in the.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's I did see that. That's right. there's so much customization going on in this scale. It's I think it's really proved. I mean, this just shows Hasbro could. I mean, I got this. I've harped on about this before, but Hasbro were really kind of hinting that an ATST could well be in the works. Could well be in the works. And when you look at the scale of it, it's completely doable. It's. I mean, that's the biggest part of the ATST. Is this? The legs are essentially much easier to pack. So yeah, we could get an ATST, which would be mind blowing. But in the meantime, there's one to look at right now.
Yep, and that full image gallery from start to finish is posted on our site, so you can check that out.
Very well done.
What else? Wrapping up the custom news, Yakfinity's 53 we're hosting in our forums. This is a customizing contest challenge for coming up with what we're calling the merchants, sellers of goods and wares in the streets of Mos Eisley or wherever you're going. So we've had a lot of submissions, and there were some winners picked for the challenge, and we have those posted in our forums. It's also posted on our front page, so you can take the links there. A lot of talented customizers making great figures.
Wow. Yeah, there's some beautiful stuff. A little Captain America shield in there, I like it. Very good. Very good. Nice weathering paintwork as well on some of these. Cool.
Yep. So we picked 3 winners from that challenge, and each one of the winners gets one of the new Rebels vehicles.
Excellent.
Let's see. That kind of brings us to some of the toy guide and reviews that we've done this week, or are planning on doing this week. I recently had done all the photography for the Jabba for the Black Series line, and I made a cute little video.
I don't know whether the sound's going to come through here, but it probably won't. But I must admit, when I saw you posted this, I was like, "What?" And you're doing your Jabba voice.
Yep.
So yes, it's not coming through here very well, but very good. So move like Jabba and go and watch Jason do his Jabba impersonation. You did a good Jabba impersonation, I have to say.
Not bad.
That was pretty good.
Let's see. So yes, that will be posted here in the next few days. Let's see. What else? Have you had any? I haven't seen any.
The only other thing I should mention is, yes, I just received these guys today, so we'll have the review of this up along with the Shiny Trooper, which I haven't uploaded yet. But I also, again, great to get another one of these Sideshow figures, finally get a look at them. It's the standard build, but what I love on this guy is the swappable heads and the backpacks with the droid poppers. Really nice to get the variants. And he also comes with, I believe, the rotating gun, I think. I may be wrong. Yeah, he does. He comes with the... yep, he does.
The Z6 Kanan.
There you go, mister. I knew you would know that. But yes, so I'll get a review of them up. And some of the reviews just done today of finally the Sand Trooper and that really cool Luke Jedi from the Black Series. So.
And let's see, moving TV game book news. Prior to New York Comic Con, the Star Wars Rebels had released the new episode of this show, Droids in Distress, available as a free download from iTunes, which was kind of a nice little treat. It doesn't air until, I guess it airs this Monday, but it's been up for almost a week now. So you can download that episode for free. It's the first episode following the Spark of Rebellion movie. A lot of good stuff in it. A lot of cameos from characters we know. C-3PO and R2-D2 are in it.
That's the point. Unrelated to that episode, so I'm not spoiling anything, but Vizago, the character we see in it, I'm pretty sure it's voiced by the same person who did Hondo Anaka.
It isn't.
Is it not? It
I
sounded like
don't.
the
I
same.
don't. I don't it does. It sound. I call him. I just call him Hondo,
Oh,
even though I don't know
yeah,
what his name is. That's exactly what he sounds like. He
yeah,
sounds like a pirate.
yeah, exactly same character. So, well, there you go. Similarity ends.
It's
Cool.
it's a cool episode. Again, you can download it for free and watch it if you don't have Disney channels or whatnot. So, and speaking of Rebels, the big news this week was that it is officially confirmed that James Earl Jones is going to voice Darth Vader again for a brief little scene in a re-airing of Spark of Rebellion on ABC. So on standard basic cable, you won't even you don't even need the Disney Channel to be able to watch the movie now.
It's certainly getting some rinsing across the globe. Some of our friends in Australia, they were just basically saying it's been picked up on one of the channels over there. If you're in Australia, Seven Mate is the very very typical Australia. Seven
Seven
Mate
Mate.
is the channel they're showing as well, which is really quick to show. So good on Disney for getting it out there. It's airing quickly in Europe and the UK and Australia. So that's yeah, they're not taking their usual years to get round to viewing it. So
That's a good deal. I think this is going to be probably really popular for the Vader aspect for sure. But
yeah,
I think a long time people have speculated and hoped and
yep.
assumed that Vader was going to make an appearance sometime. I didn't think it would be like this. I thought it might
No,
have been
neither did
saved
I.
for like a season finale type of episode or a lead into the next season. But yeah, this deals directly with the Inquisitor and his task in hunting down
Yeah.
the new rebels. Let's
Good to see him
see.
back.
Our friends at the Wolfpack Podcast posted a new interview they had. It's an exclusive interview. I think the first of its first ever for Freddie Prinze Jr. for the Rebel series, at least for most of the Star Wars websites I visit.
Exactly. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone interview Freddie Prinze as far as I know, but and by all accounts, an absolutely top guy as well. So
Yep.
1 hour and 20 minutes of sneak reveals and lots of little tidbits and information on Rebels. So yeah, make sure you watch it. It's
Yeah,
good
they
guys. Go for
they
it.
say it was the best review that they've ever
Yeah.
done, and he gives a lot of insight into the show, into the current season, and gives a couple little teases for
Yep.
season 2, and I think
Good on him.
it'll be a good watch.
Hmm,
Let's see.
definitely.
Coming out of Comic-Con today, Marvel announced there's a new Kanan series coming, starting in April of 2015. It's basically his backstory, along with his master, Depa Billaba, and his escape from Order 66 and what he's had to do in order to stay hidden until the current events of the Rebel series. So that should be pretty good. It's a 2 or 3, I think it's a 3-arc comic series.
Nice cover there with lots of the. This is just a thumbnail you've got there, but nice cover art with lots of shock troopers and.
Yeah, if you click it, it'll blow up the whole
Oh,
cover.
we'll go through the whole cool. And April 2nd, there you go with Kanan there. So yeah, nice picture, like that. Nice artwork.
Yeah, shock troopers and
Republic gunships and
good stuff. And this was written by Greg Weisman, who is obviously famous from the Clone Wars and the first couple episodes of Star Wars Rebels.
Yep, exactly.
Let's see. You had shared a few links this week regarding some fan fun stuff.
Yeah, some blast from the past. I don't know whether you'd seen this. You may not have had a chance to watch this, but the original unedited version of. Am I sharing this? Let me just share properly. Let's help if we're sharing it. There we go. I think we're sharing. Yep, there we go. So this is an unedited fan sequence. Oh, good God, we get ads.
There's Sir Paul. Sir Paul.
There we go. Sir Paul. Go away, Sir Paul. So yeah, this is the. I mean, I've seen versions of this before. I don't know whether you have or not. Let me just make this full screen if it'll go. There's been many versions of this kicking around the internet, but this one is a full Cantina sequence, unedited, completely raw, with You'll see her in just a second, Jenny, the kind of fabled Han Solo's girl on the side, which actually adds a lot to the character, I think. Lots of unseen aliens. I think you'll see characters there that have then been CGI'd in and changed. This is it. This is raw. I don't think this is on the Blu-ray, so I might be wrong.
No.
But
I'm trying to think if this was one of the. There was a series of images or videos released not too long ago, pulled from an old. I don't know if it was a laser disc that was found. It was like a.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The Yoda Empire Strikes Back stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this is part of that kind of info or if this is something separate. But yeah, I think this is all black and white stuff, right?
It is. It's all black and white indeed. But just you're looking at angles of shots that have never been used. You're seeing dodgy bits there. There's the Tonica sisters, the girls whose names we're not allowed to talk about really with Hasbro. But it's just nice to. I think there's an endless fascination, as I said in the post, about the Cantina sequence. And there you go. There's Jenny there, and we get a little snog in a second. And do you use that word in America? Snog? Give us a snog.
I know it from Harry Potter.
Well, Harrison Ford
I don't
use
the term.
He gets a winch, a kiss, or whatever. But it's just fascinating. As you can see, I'm letting this thing play along here. We get to see Jenny in just a second, but a lot of people have only ever seen her in still shots. But have a watch of it. It's only 7 minutes long, but it just adds quite a bit to, I think, your knowledge of Star Wars and what it's all about. So I went on enough about that as usual, but love vintage.
The next one was Bandai had an announcement on Wednesday of they're producing like the first arcade game for Star Wars that has come out in like almost 15 years or something like that. This is called Star Wars Battle Pod, and what it is kind of like I think you described it pretty well in the previous podcast we were just on. It's kind of like IMAX. It's like a personal IMAX. You sit down and it's a kind of like a half circular shaped screen that essentially wraps around you, and it's panoramic, and you sit in and you're very immersed in the game as far as from a point of view.
Exactly, and we've got the trailer. We'll put the trailer into the show notes, but there is a stunning trailer. I don't know why StarWars.com didn't link to it, but or maybe they did somewhere, but no, they didn't. No, I didn't put it there. Anyway, we've both posted it, so check it out. But I mean, even look at this thing, the caution mark there and the door handle again. It looks like an ATM at the front of this thing.
Yeah, it's like when in first shots, because I was following this pretty closely on Twitter initially, and
sure.
I couldn't understand what the heck it was. It was just so oddly shaped. It's like, so do I play? Am I standing? And is that the screen I'm playing on? And then I didn't realize that was a door on the left side there that you essentially walk into and sit down in a big chair. Mm-hmm. And it's just like it's not just like the sit downs of the old Atari versions we had back as kids, but this is very much in the same vein where you're sitting down and you're recreating. This is all, I think it's all original trilogy stuff. Death Star, Battle of Hoth, speeder bike chases. We've had some of those types of games before, but this is quite a bit different and new, and obviously the graphics have improved so much since those original games were released. So
yeah, I'd play the trailer here. We might have to sit through an advertisement, but yeah, we'll put the link in the show notes there. But definitely check it out. It's your socks are going to be blown off. So yeah, there's lots of ads here, so we won't play them. So it'll just drive us nuts. But yeah, I mean, this thing has. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like this, so it's pretty stunning.
Let's see.
Next thing was me, yeah.
Yes, the Empire Strikes Back Uncut. This was shared on StarWars.com. Essentially what this is like the retelling of the Empire Strikes Back told through submitted footage from anyone that could do so. And it's live action, it's animation, it's cartoon, It's a bunch of different media styles all assembled into one retelling of The Empire Strikes Back. Some of it's kind of hokey, some of it's really cute, some of it's told with Lego. It's again very interesting and it's really well done. It's the full movie, full 2 hours.
I'm sharing some just now. Hopefully that's coming through. But there's some amazing sequences in this. Some are just phenomenal. And there's a guy sitting in his car. It's like, what is the C-3PO? It's really well done. There's a dartboard in the background there. I think it just makes the little camera. Here's the one just coming up. Just a second. There's a dance sequence set there on Hoth. This is what I love. The 8-bit sequence of Atari. But watch this. So you get an 8-bit Luke which jumps up with some great animation, another scene change, and look where he grabs the thermal detonator from. This huge hulking Luke punches in, down his pants, and up. It's just genius. I love that sequence. So it's phenomenal. There's a little kid going. It's throwing up here the ass. It's just fantastic. I love it. It's just so creative. See, you'll never get bored watching that. He's just coughed up a falcon and a slave.
Excuse me.
And there's this sequence even here. I know I'm going on with this here, but there's a kind of almost like Day of the Dead style there. Just uniquely animated and drawn and done. There's an old black and white version there as they go through Hoth. So, yeah, genius. Definitely worth the watch. Did you ever get the chance to watch the original one?
No, I never did watch the first one.
A good friend of mine who used to be on Boring Conversation anyway with me, Whit Anderson from DBSW, he was involved in one of the sequences, but it made me watch it, and it was surprisingly good. But this looks even better, I think. So,
yeah.
Some real humor in amongst
hilarious.
it. Yeah.
Let's see. Rounding out the movie news for the week, MakingStarWars.net. They are, I would say, the top of the chain in reporting Episode 7 rumors and whatnot. They've had a bunch of stuff come out in the past week and a half or so regarding Episode 7. I won't get into the things that they released this week, but they have description of concept art for the series, whether it's costumes or scenes or vehicles and just a ton of different things. So if you're interested in being spoiled to some degree for Episode 7, be sure to check those guys out at MakingStarWars.net. They're really good and they're funny too. So I follow them on Twitter and I just get a kick out of the banter that goes on with some of them, and their online social media presence is good.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Oh, there's been a lot of rumors from them, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, closing out with new toys and acquisition purchases this week. I've been pretty reserved, I would say. I did get some in that I had pre-ordered a while back. Rebels vehicles. Got a 3-pack of those. Those were the ones that I mentioned that were giving away as prizes for the Yakfinities contest. I got a case of Wave 5 of the Black Series 6-inch line. And
That's a pretty good week.
yeah, the Lego, we didn't mention this before, but Toys R Us had a Lego event today where you could build a little mini micro version of the Ghost. I don't have it handy, surprisingly. It's upstairs, but it was a fun little build. I think it was like 40 pieces, something really tiny.
That's quite a lot. Actually, I thought it would be less than that, but that's pretty good.
But I shared a bunch of photos on Facebook of that. You could see those there. It came with a really cool poster too. On one side, it has a nice big shot of the Ghost and the Phantom, and then shots of the 2015 sets. Mm-hmm. And then on the reverse side has loose minifigure images for 2014. Has all of those on the back, so it's really pretty cool. It's a big poster. It's like 36 by 24, something like that. Pretty sizable.
Nice. Okay.
So we will post that link in the show notes as well. Otherwise, you can visit our Facebook page and see that. I think that's it for us this week.
Yep, there we go. I've
First
just managed to get
show.
the link to your Facebook page. We'll give people a quick 2-second look at your poster. And that's nice. That's very nice, actually. Yeah. Shows you all. And there's the ghost on the other side with the ATDP. Very cool.
Yeah.
All good. So what did I get this week? I got the biggest Star Wars collection I think I've ever had. I got 83 boxes all the way from the other side of the globe. So my toys are back here. Haven't opened half of them yet, but it's nice to get old friends and little bits and pieces back and forth. So there's a lot I did get this week. Some new stuff was this, again, which we'll review and put up on the channel, the new sideshow, to me anyway, 212th Attack Battalion. And that was it. Working in a toy store has the benefits of you see something and think, I don't really need that. So
yeah,
it's all good. I've been good this week.
That's good. So with that, we will close out this week's show. Again, thanks for watching and sharing and whatnot for our past and current shows. We will probably be back next week. I think there'll probably be a few leaks and some new goodies to come out this week. If you want to check out our sites, our respective sites, Yakface.com and FlyGuy.net, we will keep everyone up to date on the latest Star Wars toy news.
That's it.
All right, everyone, we'll see you next week, and thank you very much for watching.
Cheers.